I think probably most of you read a study, I think it was in the journal a few months ago, was talking about sort of is there a true benefit to having, behavioral advertising from a monetary perspective versus contextual advertising? I thought that was interesting, and this study found it was only sort of slightly more beneficial from a revenue perspective.
Yeah.
Curious if you buy that.
Revenue is one way to look at it because you have to look at it over time. I think, again, I think we have to fundamentally change the talk track in advertising, and over-intellectualizing aside, I think we're in a relation.
Through, clearly.
Yeah, clearly. Well, yeah. I feel like I'm getting my homework graded on stage. But we are in an era where relationships over the long run between brands and consumers are more important to the capitalization of that company, I think, than short-term sales. Now, the street would maybe disagree with that, but what we've proven at Bank of America, and the person who did the work is sitting in the room, is that favorability matters more, because favorability is predictive of profitability over time. And if I look at every interaction as an opportunity to be relevant or not, if I look at every interaction as an opportunity to deliver something of real value, not something that, as Rob Norman would say if he were here, the forced viewing economy is over. People will not endure our crap anymore, right? So we've got to engineer utility in every interaction, utility of some form, whether it's entertainment value as a marketer, whether it's a calculator to help people understand what their house is worth, whether it's an unimagined experience. When we do that over time, the model that we built, and it was pretty rigorous work, says overwhelmingly people who like you better do much more business with you, and you can come back to that. Now, I'm in a business where we have products, 8 different lines of business that are relevant throughout your life, so it's a little bit easier for us to be patient for the next thing than others. But I don't think there's a single business, even CPG, which is sold through an intermediary, where you're not in a relationship, and the brand is nothing short of the handle, like the name of somebody, and people take stock of that, whether it's subliminally or overtly, and say, yes, that is a brand for me, and whatever they have, I'm going to pay attention to.
Let's throw a rock in the pool on that just for a minute. So I don't disagree with it. I agree with what you say, but
is that an A or a B?
Thinking about you get an A. Long term, just to be controversial, McKinsey's study was recently on the S&P 500 and FTSE 100 was that the average firm lasts for 17 years. And it may be, I do believe in long-term branding and building brands for the long term, but it may be that the nature of technology and the nature of technological change means that companies' life cycles are going to be very compressed. And, Thomas Cook is a bad example. He was around for 168 years or whatever it was.
Why are you conflating brands and companies?
Well, no, okay. Life cycles, right? I mean, they can be brand cycles, they can be company cycles. It may be that company cycles are compressed because of technological change. So I think it may have changed, and I think that we've got to acknowledge that.